now it's the end of summer. Last time I showed part of my new sketchbook was at the beginning of the summer. So I've done a few since then. I thought I would show you very briefly of what I've done. So this is where I left off. And I started with red, white, and bloom. The lilies that were in my garden were blooming the right colors for the 4th of July. So I did that. And here's one of Freddy the Frog in my pond with the dragonflies. And I wrote a little story about how he once tried to grab a bird, a goldfinch. And I was just so hysterical over that. So I don't know. So I just had to do a little sketch of him. And my white lilies too that were growing around the pond. Now this, I started doing a little bit of using the line work with the pen. Before this I haven't been doing, I've been a little bit scared to do that. I used to do illustrations a lot with using the watercolor and the pen line work, but then since I started doing more fine art, watercolor exhibitions and things like that, you couldn't use anything but the watercolor. So then I got out of that practice, but I still really like that, for especially the sketchbook. It just helps to define. What I don't like is that it kind of flattens the form. So, but it also enhances the shapes. So, especially the light areas. So I did it just really fine, just, you know, soft little line work strokes. But I really like that. So this is my lilies, and I still used the line work on this one. Some more trumpet lilies that were growing out there. And this is the milkweeds that I did with the butterflies, the swallowtails and the monarchs, showing the milkweed little flowers. They're just so tiny, but they actually look like this, and they smell really, really good. I was so surprised when I cut some and brought it in. So I talked about that and did a little bit of the line work in here too to emphasize it. And this one was shocking. I was out there in my tomato garden when suddenly an airplane starts taking off right on this little alfalfa field here. There's soybeans growing in the back. And this is not a runway for airplanes. Like, I had to quick get out of the way when I heard him coming. That was just shocking. And later on this summer, he came back. And then another airplane took off. What is going on here? So I did this, no line work except for to emphasize his motion and a little bit of the cages around the tomatoes. And there was a wren family in that birdhouse. So loud and noisy for them. And this is my pond that I did here. So I didn't do any line work with this. And my new water lily, I had to start with some new plants. My other water lily died out after the winter. It was just a harsh winter. It was a really weird winter. I got Freddy in here, that's his favorite spot. And the goldfinch, watch out. And the squirrels, they've actually fallen into the pond a couple times. I've seen them trying to swim their way out. Oh, there's a lot going on back here. So this is what I ended up with. It's the end of August now, almost September, and new beginnings. So thank you for watching, friends.